Hey, Shark. Just getting set up right now, sending out some tweets. We are doing an early look at some live crypto trading right now. Ooh, hold on. Can't get distracted. I am currently buying this as we speak, too. All right, here we go. Let's get this set up. I got my spaces in 5 as well. All right, let's see if this bounces off. So right now we are looking at a CRO potential breakout. And we're going to go over why I think that in a second. I just need to look at a couple things first. Because I am actually trading this with my money as well. Live Cashomundo. I thought I'd pop on a little beforehand, get a little trading things in there as well. All right, so we're holding this 21. I want to hold this right here because what I want, actually, I want to hold this. I want to hold the 50 on here, and actually, I would be okay if it came down so I could buy it a little cheaper on the bounce. Trying something new. So I usually spend USD, so the dollar, to buy crypto, and I'm trying it with Tether. It's a little more interesting. So the Tether spread right now is 0.0010 from bid to ask. Right now, I'm just trying to figure this out. So this is what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's pop out. Weekly, you're not going to get much on CRO. Okay, I mean, it hasn't been around that long, especially on Coinbase. Okay, here's the daily. Got a nice uptrend here. And then the hourly. So I've been keeping an eye on this thing all freaking day. Okay, and what I was thinking is boom, boom, all right, and boom, then come back here and boom, boom. But what happened was when I was in the car, actually just picking up my kid, I was looking, I was like, man, this thing's flattening out like I kind of thought it would. So what I'm thinking is, remember, angles matter and time frame matters the most. So CRO, all right, this is Crypto.com's token, their coin. Okay, so we got the MACD. Looks like it's going to be crossing up here. All I'm looking for is this 8MA to start turning up, and I'm looking for this 21 to turn up. We see it starting to turn. As long as those go, boom. We already bullish on the both ends here, okay? We're going to bust out of this pennant and go. 30 minute, okay? And this is, I'm backtracking now because remember, all these things tie in, all right? So 200, perfect, going up. All right, now I'm looking at this 50. I really want this 50 to flatten up and start curling up, and that'll happen with buys. Look what happened. We've got the 30 minutes, so we've got the 8MA coming under, and it's coming up. We already have the 21, so I just feel like this is going to pull this up all the way. So this is a buy. I'm going to buy. I got to speed through this so I don't miss out on some good buys before we go. All right, also, look, we're on the 15-minute. 200's good, 50's good angles. Look at the curl up on the 21 and the 8. Looks solid to me. Let's go to 5-minute, okay? All right, flat right now on the 200. We're curling up on the 50, which leads me to believe that eventually we'll get that. Like we got a slight up right here. All right, slight good. This would be good if it comes down, hits here, so I can hit that 728 and get a buy in there. All right, look, we're waiting for the 50 to come over the 200. That's basically the last thing on the 3-minute right now. I'm just looking at any potential pullbacks because of that. You know what I mean? I'm hoping we just bust out the pen and hold it. Let's just see. We're gonna have to play this one live during our chat as well. Oh man, this is looking good. What do we see on here? We're holding the 8. I'm gonna hold my buy. Let's look at the max here. All right, MACD. All right, still red. I'm gonna hold. All right, until this curls up. We got the stochastic that's gonna start turning up as well. All right. Hey, Dave. Good afternoon, man. Thanks for joining. Actually, I think it's evening on the East Coast here. Oh, there we go. All right. So we're getting close here. So, Dave, I'm doing some live trading right now. I'm actually gonna buy some more. I already have some. I think my average right now is 7.2 something. All right, so I'm gonna do a hefty order here if I can get this. All right, so look at the difference between, look at how fast USD goes to the tether. It's crazy. All right, so let's take a peek over here at the 1 minute on the USD. It seems to act a lot faster because more people use it. All right, so we're finding some heavy resistance here. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want this thing to curl up, and I want it to go hard up. All right, so I got to wait this out. I got to see. I don't want to make some stupid mistake and enter too early on FOMO. All right, I fully believe that this is going to go up. Oh, man, we're getting a lot of selling pressure here. All right, come on, baby. Come on. All right, there's that 1 minute. I don't mind paying a little more knowing that the price is going to go up afterwards instead of down. You know what I mean? Heavy sell pressure right here. Okay, let's keep an eye on that. All right, glad I didn't buy yet. Not too positive yet. Just got to keep our eyes on the indicators, the oscillators down here. All right, these are starting to turn down, which we could see the selling pressure right here. Let's see why we would get some of that. All right, all right, we're sitting on the 8 right here. Maybe we come, look at this. We probably either going to consolidate here or come back a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of green in here. Like I said, I'm okay buying in the 7.2 area again. Let's see. FYI, your chart reading lessons have assisted myself on some options trading last week, and today has brought on a level of calm to trading. That is fantastic, Dave. Thank you for the share, man. This is what it's all about, and this is we're gonna have a talk about this because I'm having a couple people really like yourself really push yourself to do things, and then I knew it was gonna happen, and then I'm getting a majority of that kind of leaning on me, and that's not what this is all about right here. Okay, this is about, you know, these people. I'm trying to word this correctly, if you know what I mean. If you want to have less FUD, you need to put in the time. Okay, you can't just listen to somebody. You have to understand it, and then once you understand it, you get the confidence. So when you see it, you start building it. All right, I knew what I felt like I knew what I was doing, but until I built that confidence and actually did it, here we go. We get some buys right here. There's really, it's on you to squash the FUD. Really is. And I think we're gonna bust out of this thing. I am not risking it. Don't risk the biscuit over 0.0000 whatever. All right, so basically right now I am live trading, just waiting. I need to sign on to Spaces. Give me 1 second while I hop in there. All right, and then I have to record as well. So here we go. Record's going in action. Hey everybody, this session is being recorded, so just an FYI. I'm going to put up my Spaces as we wait for takeoff, which I think is going to happen here in CRO. Real talk with Mr. Realistic. Share a tweet. There we go. Oh, see that volatility? I got to jump into this. This Spaces can wait. After this market, man, you got to take what you can get, right? All right, hopping over. Let's look over here. You can see the breakout right now. All right, so let's get this. What are we at? 73675. All right. Boom. Let's hit this hard. Let's get this good. Place buy order. Come on, give it to me. We're trading CRO live on here. All right, I'm in like Flynn and Sin. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to do something that I always forget to do, and it's the stupidest thing that I do as a trader, and not put a stop loss. So I am going to put a stop loss on this. All right, so bear with me 1 second. while we get set up here. All right. Let's do CRO. Okay. And then I'm going to do sell. And to set a sell, and then I hit stop, that leaves me a limit price and a stop price. Okay. So stop price is going to be, I want it to go below this right here. So I don't think it will. Oops. All right, there we go. Sorry, everybody. We got live trading going on. This is a lot of thinking going on. 7245. Let's do 4. And then stop price is 723537. All right, just in case we get a stop out here. All right, we are not risking the biscuit. All right, I think it's going to take off. Let me double check that's a stop because I was like, I don't want to sell at that price right now. I'd lose a ton of money. All right, so we are full swing right now. Welcome, Dennis Ramsey. I hope you are a part of Dave Ramsey's family. That dude made me a bunch of money. All right, everybody. Hey, all my spaces. Sorry about that. All right, we are currently live trading CRO on YouTube Live, and I'm doing a Spaces right now, so it's going to be in between. I got people on both sides of here. We're going to talk about the OTC in a second. Currently, right now at CRO, we've been waiting for a breakout roughly at 72. We are sitting at a breakout of a small pennant within the pennant. It's about to break 7.4 right now. Super exciting stuff going on right now. All right. Let's see here. I need to make sure. Yeah, there we go. All right. So obviously we had a tough day. I think you are muted on Spaces. Yeah, I was. I should be good now. All right, Rob. Come on in, Rob. You get the mic, man. What's up? As soon as it connects. There you go. Rob, you got the floor, man. You there, Rob? Hello? Yeah, there we go, man. How's it going? Right? Oh, dude, it's about to explode in my opinion right now. Hey, but hold on, Rob. Before we get into this, I got to do my spiel. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say or anybody says in here is to be taken as financial advice. This is purely for entertainment purposes. Please always do your DD before you do anything. All right, Rob, go ahead, man. Oh, no. Yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. Dude, I don't I I I I think right here is going to be yeah. I think less. Think less than do. Absolutely, man, dude. I see a lot of these tokens, and I don't know if you caught my other spaces before, but dude, I feel like crypto is just going to explode in 2022, and this is just a start. And especially when you've got the Staples Center, an iconic building by far. Everybody knows the Lakers as the Staples Center. Now it's going to be known as the Crypto.com Arena. I mean, come on, man. Oh yeah, dude. Could you imagine if a stadium was ever called like pubes, like something ridiculous, like OTC would lose their mind. It would never happen, but it would be hilarious. Dilution through all the things just to force it. Oh yeah, man. I got all the championship. Those Lakers definitely got some of them. Them and the Celtics. Yeah, man. Dude, it's gonna be nice. It's burnt right now, man. It's just burnt out. We're gonna get into it. I firmly believe, in my opinion, that we are definitely gonna see a big swing upwards soon. I mean, come on, look at the past dip that we had back in, what was it, early October? What happened right after that? Okay, we came back up. You saw a couple runners right there. It's gonna happen this time. I don't know if you caught that article. I said in 2018-19, multiple times we had that same dip with the ETF. And then come December, it was the start of the uptick. I don't want anybody getting like overly confident about December. December time is this, like, in my opinion, this kind of consolidation, like starting to uptick into January, all right, where we just like get some volume back. You know what I mean? But dude, right now it's rough. Yeah, I know, and this is what we gotta lean on each other for this stuff and just lean on the basics and everything. I mean, Toner pulled back because today the fell back because it had two long-term bearish crosses on the, what I think it was, the 30-minute and the hourly. All right, so people just, when those things happen, people sell, and they sell hard because it's an easy indicator to get rid of, get out. So I mean, yeah, it's rough. It absolutely is rough. So this is the point that we need to make sure that we understand it, so that we get out at that position and we just sit and wait for it to kind of settle down, where we get our feet back in and ride back up, instead of taking the L and just bagging it for a while. Yes. Yeah, so that market sentiment. So that's what I'm saying. So as a technical trader, all I can do is I can read what the market is showing me on the chart. And it could flip on a dime. I mean, that's it. It sucks, but I mean, it's yeah, yeah, and the beauty of it too. Like, I just saw that breakout coming in with Crow at it was at 7.2, and then it busted out, and I said, "Hold on, guys," and I popped in there, and I got it for another penny on top of that. So I was like, "All right, sweet." So there's your highs and your lows. All right, you just gotta kind of build up some confidence with that, dude. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Well, people just need to understand fundamentals. They need to understand the technical side of things as well. But people don't want to do that. People just want to see what the next hot 1,000% runner is, and they want to jump on the bandwagon and not learn anything about it, and just complain when it doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. Okay. So if what do you do for your like, what's your, if you don't mind sharing, like, what's your game plan for your day? Do you have a game plan or anything when you're going into it, or you just kind of like wing it? Okay. Yeah, you can't do that right now, man. You really lose it hard. Do you use stop losses at all? Okay. Absolutely, yeah. So a lot of you, we've been talking about stop losses in here. It's just usually that happens at very common stop loss areas. So stop loss entails is, let's say you're at work, all right, and you just can't focus on the ticker the whole time, or you're with your family. It doesn't matter. You can't look at your phone. You can't do anything. So what a stop loss does is you say, I want it to at this price sell if it drops to a certain percentage. Or a certain number or something like that. There's also stop limits, so it hits your stop, and then it has a limit price below that where it gets triggered. So sometimes what we'll get is stop loss raids, and people will just the groups of people go in and sell all at the time, and just you'll see this price just plummet down because they just see a common point where everybody puts their stop losses at, and it just shoots right down. So that's the negative side. The positive side is, say you're in toner and you had a stop loss when we were at 150 and you had a stop loss at 125, and you weren't paying attention, it would have sold out right there, and you wouldn't have had to worry about anything in between. So it's got its highs and lows, man. Yeah, so trailing a trailing loss, or what is it? It's trailing. Is it a trailing stop loss? Yeah, it's trailing stop loss. Yeah, so trailing stop loss is really cool. So you put in a percentage that you want. It could be tight, it could be loose, and as the price rises, so does your trail behind it. And say it's 10%, but let's say that it goes back down, and it goes down 5%, and then it comes back up. So now it's only 5%, and then it's same on until it hits that number, and then it sells for you automatically. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I got to start using those, man. Yeah, it is. It really is. So with the OTC, you gotta be, in my opinion, you really just gotta be pretty loose with it. Like you gotta be willing to take your high swings in between there. Like I said, the moving averages work really, really well. The MACD works really, really well when using those for entries and for exits. And I'll go over that in a little bit on the screen for people on YouTube to see, and then I'll verbally say it on the spaces. But yeah, I mean, the sentiment right now in the OTC is basically like somebody just spat in your face and then just like curb stomped you. Like, that's basically what everybody feels like right now. And I completely agree because it sucks. It absolutely sucks. But that's why we got to take risk into hand here. Personally, for me, I'm not trading anything this week. Like I've found in the past, and I've said this, that you get really low volumes because of the holidays. I mean, people got family stuff to do. They don't have time to look at this stuff all the time. People go on vacation, you get low volume, and then you got the market makers that come in, or you get shorts that come in, and they could eat you alive. Eat you alive. It is. I couldn't imagine shorting an OTC stock though with the volatility. Like you could be out real fast if something hit really well right there. Like, oh man, that'd be tough. Like the BBs and stuff. I mean, pretty. Yeah. No worries, man. Appreciate you calling in, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna happen, in my opinion. We just gotta give it time. We gotta give it time. Everybody always says crypto's dead, stock market's dead, and what always happens? Yep. You buy fear and you sell greed. Absolutely not. This is the best time, but you got to be patient. Like by patient, I don't mean weeks, I mean months. That's the hard part. But people right now that are loading up are going to make a lot of money. Thanks, Rob, man. I appreciate, man. Yeah, have a good one, man. Good luck out there. Yeah, man. Hey, Stock Boy, what's up, dude? I'm gonna give you some access right here. Just give me a sec. All right, Stock Boy, what's up, man? Yeah. I Dude, they're a lot bigger swings. Yeah, so you gotta the OTC is a different breed out here, and we should all know that. This is you sign up for the big bucks, you sign up for the big losses too. That's what the OTC is about. So you got to take your risk into thought, into effect right there. I have not done trailing stops with OTCs. I need to, and I need to practice it. And I need to get into that. I would probably do, based on an early entry point, like when we got into toner early and following up, I probably should put like a 20%er in there, keep going up as it goes out and then just kind of stomps it out. And then I just wait for a little pullback and then buy back in kind of deal, or at least secure profits. Or if I see that there's a huge downturn, for me, trailing stops would be good, but more so I feel like a stop loss is just so important in the OTC because of these huge swings that we get. I mean, you all have seen them. It's freaking nuts. Like they just drop like that. And it's, if you ever look at them, look at the 50 and the 200. They're coming down, or anything that crosses below the 200. That's where you get these huge dumps. Like people just let them roll because under the 200, you don't want to be there. That's a bad place to be. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of just, research and then trial and error, in my opinion. There's a lot of good YouTube videos out there that have really good follow alongs with, so I would definitely check those out. Yeah. So, yeah, there was definitely a lot of stops. Which stock is this? Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm t- if you just look at the moving averages, man, it's crazy. Man, they are dropping CRO right now. If anybody's watching that right now, yeah, man. Oh, uh huh. Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good. That's the best thing, is to not panic, to stay with your conviction and just go through, and then everything's gonna be good. I mean, there's just so many things to think about. It's overwhelming, without a doubt. So I mean, yeah, do not. Yeah, and if it greed, if you can get rid of greed into your mindset, you will make it really far. Seriously, like, I mean, And it's really hard to do because you get the FOMO action, you get I want to convince myself that it's going to turn right before it does. It's like it's an inch away. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get this thing, and then it just you gotta stick to your rules, and you gotta follow along with that, and that's basically that's it. I mean, literally that is it. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah. Yeah. You'll drive yourself. Absolutely. And that's what we all do. We all look at it. It's a normal thing, but we got to remember you can't look at, the minutes chart by the day and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, I got to time this perfectly." It's just not happening, people. I mean, you're losing your mind if you are. Find something that you like, find something that you have conviction in, find something where you say, "This is going somewhere and this is going somewhere because," and then you freaking ride this thing through the highs, lows, and buffaloes, and then you make it all the way to the end. You just gotta wait and give it some conviction. Um, we got some action going on over here at CRO. They dipped this thing really hard from 7.4 to 7.25 in a matter of 2 minutes. So I wonder if they're trying to bottom it out here. It's really interesting going on here. But I mean, this is all the markets, man. This is why you want to make sure that you're set up to limit risk. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see what they're doing. Correct. And that's when they take advantage of you is this low volume. So that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier is this low volume is going to happen during the holiday seasons. I mean, no ifs, ands, or anything's about it. I mean, we just people got other things to do, and if they're long, they don't care. So, I mean, we gotta kind of understand that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Those 95 percenters make the 5 percenters money. It is. It is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is that you got to take the initiative and be that 5% and to learn that out. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep. I mean, there's a very low percentage. Oh yeah. No, for sure. Five. Yeah. If you want to be the five, you gotta go outside the box. You really gotta push the envelope. And that's what I'm typically trying to be is that five. And I'm trying to do that by just learning. Learning as much as I can. So just doing that. Yeah. Yes, you gotta understand the share structure and everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. But and what we could see through Toner is, the chart is as strong as the traders want it to be too. I mean, the sentiment that comes through means such a big thing as well because if people just get fear struck and they just don't know what to do, I mean, and they just sell, and then I mean, the MM's just gonna put up these huge walls because nobody's buying and just push it down and then hit those stop losses and people are panicking and they keep going. I mean, it's just one after another. So, I mean, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Oh, really? Yeah, it's rough. Yeah. Yep. For sure. No worries. Thanks for chiming in there, Stock Boy. Hey, man, you too. Appreciate it. Bye. All right. So, as we're going to get into OTC sediment and just how much it sucks right now, we just got to keep a positive head up because we got to stay with our conviction, all right, and trust our gut and make sure that we're in um, the correct place. I mean, come on, you really don't think PUGE is going to be a really good play down the road? I mean, there's a ton of good plays there just sitting, begging for people to um hold. Like it's just craziness. If you're not think about this, you have a company that's working that the CEO had billions, worked with billions of dollars in what the healthcare industry, and she came over here just at the whim for no reason at all. Come on, all right. There is there is value to be found. These are diamond in the rough companies. All right, you literally got to find it and search and do really hard. No one just walks into a mine and just goes, "Oh, here's a handful of diamonds," let alone one diamond. All right. You got to do the work. If you don't want to do the work, you're not going to get the success behind it. All right. You're not going to get that feeling. And you know what it is? 95% of it is mental work. All right. You're either learning something. Okay. Geez, CRO is just getting pushed right now. I better hold that 200. It's mental. It's 95% mental. Maybe even more than that, actually. I mean, literally, physically, all you do is push a freaking button to buy. Um, but yeah, it's just we got to take a step back and think of the the logic behind a lot of these things, because it really doesn't make any sense that we are dropping this much, other than just people taking advantage of others, basically. So I mean, let's take a step back, look from the outside, look in, and just say, what's the deal? Why are we this way? All right, what do we need to do? So, man, all right, let's bring up some charts. Oh, CRO is just getting forced down. You guys bear with me. Remember, I'm doing live trading. I got cash online right now. I want to make sure that we're going through this good. So, if I was looking at a CRO chart right now, the moving averages of the 200 and the 50 are quite all right. The 50 starting to curl a little bit, all right, but we're holding this really, really nice, looks like 727 level right here. They're just trying to push it down really hard. I wonder if they'll bring it down to about the 7.2 level. All right. I'm just looking through here real fast. We've got the 50 screaming up at really close to the 200 here, and the 200 is holding, but man, they are just trying to push that sucker down right now. It's really interesting to see the volatility in these plays. Yeah, they pushed it below the 200 right now. Now it's heading to the 50 on the 3-minute right now. So, this is the CRO. Now the 8's starting to curl down on the 5-minute. Okay. Let's see. We're over 50% on the last run. All right. The 5-minute 50 is still going up. 200 is going up nicely. All right. This could be a good. You there? You're watching it, Rob? Oh no, yeah, no. It's more of a learning just process of the moving averages. This thing's fine. Yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. It's more of just seeing how the action flows on these moving averages, and you can really see them on the 1, 3, and 5-minute. Yep. Uh, oh man, this thing's great. Yeah, for sure. I've completely agree with you. And even if you look at the hourly right now, it looks beautiful. It's probably going to come down just a little bit on the hourly and then push back up. I see this 8. If this 8 MA comes up on the hourly right here, we're looking at a good run here soon. The stochastic's pushing up too. So that could be a start of a nice run, breakout of a big pennant. So it'd be interesting. But yeah, it's more of just learning to see how um, how the SP affects those moving averages, and literally the volatility is right there where you can see it, and it's freaking like beating down on the MA, and you can see how the MA gets affected by it. It's pretty freaking wild. Really cool stuff, and it's a great way to learn and kind of understand why people jet out of a play when you get these crossings and everything as well. It's freaking great. All right, so let's go over the OTC. I'm going to keep a close eye on Crow because I obviously don't want to go down anytime soon, as I would like to buy some more at certain ranges. Yeah, man. Yeah, I see it. Yep, selling it. Yep. Dude, those two bit massive ones came out of nowhere, and you can tell on the red volume that you were just saying down there where they just pounded it down immediately. I mean, it was a straight up red candle, just boom, push that sucker down. And now that the 1 minute 21 MA is flat down, it's going to take a lot for that to curl up as well. So you're going to have to get a lot of consolidation in here, which is fine. It's 1 minute. It can turn around in a heartbeat. All right, what tickers do we want to look at today? What tickers do we want to look at today on here? I'm sure there's a couple out here. I know PUGE, Toner, usually pretty big ones to look at. Let's take some peeks at what we are in store for. All right, let's do it. I am just looking around, trying to see if this thing holds the 50 over here. All right, so let's pull one up. So I'm going to tell you all right now, what I'm going to be looking for is the 200. All right, well, the daily and the weekly, all right, if we're talking about it, it's usually fine, okay? So what we're going to look for is, all right, weekly looks fine on PUGE, okay? The daily, we've got the 8 starting to curl down a little bit, all right, and the 21 kind of following it. The 50 and 200 are fine, all right. It broke that 50 support, which sucks, but you know what? I think we're finding bottom as that support right there. 6.7 is support, and guess what? It hit. It hit a low of 6.6, so it bounced right off of that, and it closed at 7.2. Yeah, so I feel like we're going to get some solid support around that level. All right, 200's on top on the hourly, 30, it's all of them, all right, other than the strongest ones. Okay, so we're talking about, all right, just consolidating sideways here, all right, and then moving up. All right, we're going to have to push those moving averages up, okay, and we're just going to have to let it run out and push up again. So, you know, no fret right here. I think this is absolutely fine with PUGE. It's a long-term play anyways, in my opinion. So, if you can't handle the volatility in the OTC, it's not a place to tread lightly, if you know what I mean, okay? So you've really got to be strong-minded when it comes to this place, man. It'll wreck your cheeks if you don't treat it the right way. So just make sure that you're doing your risk management, okay? Following through on a lot of things. We really need to be cautious of bad market sentiment, because that's what this is right here. This isn't a bad play at all, okay? This isn't anything like this. This is when people see fear and they just get rid of it because they're not sure where it's going and because they don't understand it. All right. So if we're looking at the hourly here, okay, we had that bearish cross back here and it held fine. All right, and try to come up and over. This just shows me inexperience. This thing comes up and over. This is just fear. Fear setting in. Look, we're over the 200 right here. It's flattening out. The 50 was flattened out. This is why PUGE should have jumped over on the 18th of November. But what happened? The market came through, and then people were like, oh, no, let's sell. And now it just got pushed down all the way. This close from breaking up and out. This close. Not even kidding. This was support and breaking up and out. Doesn't make any sense at all. So, I mean, stop losses help. Stop losses help. I saw CYBL over here. Let's see here. I don't give a crap about a small one on the hourly. I understand it, but I'm just like, oh. I mean, yes, there are gaps. Gaps need to be filled. But man, it could have been filled a long time ago. Oh, this is why I hate gaps. You just never know in the OTC. And it seems like they always get filled. All right, once again, CYBL could have done the same thing, and then look at this. Freaking, what date was this? The 18th, probably too. Yeah, the market, man. Look at this. All these things are just dragging down. All right, let's look at the daily, okay? 200 still flaring up, and look at 50 still flying up on CYBL. It'll find bottom, consolidate. These things will turn around and come right back up. Right, this is why, and this is daily, so this takes days to come back up, but good gosh, could you imagine just like a month and a half ago buying CYBL in the twos? Like, oh, beautiful. So I'm loading up on CYBL. That's an easy long-term hold in my opinion. Holding the 21 on the weekly right here. Bounced right there. I bet you it consolidates. It goes up. It's stupid. Just stupid. Yeah, I mean, weekly. Look at how bullish. I mean, look, this thing turned down just because of these 3-week candles right here. And this thing's going to turn around on a dime in a couple weeks because what's going to happen is boom, 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 boom. All right. You're talking about how much should we go up in week wise? All right. Come on. Computer's still lagging a little bit. All right, so let's see here. All right, we're talking about a 6,500% run. Okay, 6,500% run with CYBL. All right, and that was beginning in June. Take some time to cool off from 6,500. So where are we at right now from that pullback? Okay. We have pulled back from all-time highs 61% so far from there, okay? So, coming into bottom, like a lot of these plays have run really hard. They're going to start bottoming out, okay? And these things, all right, we're going to start seeing these. Remember, these are weekly candles start to build up and go up and start building those, all right? So if you looked at this and just imagine this weekly chart right here was a hourly chart, we know that we want to see this thing go up. Look at this huge green candles right here, okay? It's going to come back down, okay? All right, and then it's going to go back up. So I would not be worried about CYBL, in my opinion, all right? Crow, don't eat crow. All right, come on, hold that 8MA on that 30-minute right there. I want to see this thing turn up. All right, I want to see some buys coming in here. All right, I'm looking at all these moving. All right, this is perfect time for this to catch consolidation right in here, flip up. All right, this better be a live moment right here. This looks perfect timing. Literally sitting on the 200 MA on the 1 minute. All right, which is 722. Here's that green. Come on, push it up. This is a no-brainer right here. This should be buy zone based on all these indicators and push this thing up and through. All right, look at, we had this big run over, 2 hours or whatever. Yeah, look at that huge candle coming up right now. Sorry for all you guys at Spaces that can't see. All right, called it. It's sitting on the 200, and this is freaking what's going to happen on the weekly and the daily charts over here. All right, we're talking about indicators that tell you exactly what's coming. All right, you just got to look at all of them, and you got to take them all into the same consideration. They all do the same thing over different time periods. Okay, so all right, I'm going to keep an eye on that. We're definitely getting some. Oop, there we go. See how it's going to start flattening this 21 out, or at least it should, and then pushing it up and through. And we'll come back to this. But this is why CYBL. I told you, you get these huge freaking big green candles, you're going to pull back, at least halfway on these things. I mean, look, it went below that huge green candle. Now, I bet you it sits on the 21 and comes back up and then pushes that 8 up there. This weekly. If you have a good stock, CYBL is a good stock in my opinion. If you have PUGE, another really good stock, MJWL, these ones, all right, I feel that are some of the top stocks out right now, okay, that have kind of defined themselves and have had previous runs before, all right. these stocks, go to the weekly and just look at the weekly on bad days, okay? And just go, oh, it's building steps here. It looks really nice. All right. Sometimes the daily looks ugly, but the weekly doesn't look so bad when you look at it because it's just a longer time. You can't go 6,500%, all right, and not expect a massive pullback, all right? Just because you weren't there for the 6,500, all right, it's going to lead to these bigger pullbacks, all right? So weekly PUGE, all right, PUGE, all right, it had a pullback, so we won't do it. Look at those 3 weeks of PUGE that I told you all that were freaking nuts and that it was going to suffer because of it. All right. 3 weeks we shot up 786%. All right. And then by week 5, we hit almost 1,000, 960%. Okay. Now we've pulled back 61% almost, okay? So, like I said, the 50-60 retracement is not far-fetched at all, peeps. Not far-fetched at all. What I'm looking for on the weekly, and I will show you online if you're there, you are looking for some type of hammer candle or you're not going to get a solid green, right? Like a huge solid green behind it. You're going to get some doji. You're going to get something that puts buyers and sellers in the question mark area that are undecided, that they have no idea, okay? That's what you want to see. And then right after that, you want to see green, all right? Or you want to see upward trending momentum, all right? It can finish red as long as it's above the last day. But what we want to see is it start to increase, go up. All right, so if we take this and we look, let's see for my friends at home. All right, see, this is what we want to see right here. This is what we call a hammer right here, okay? And see how we can tell that this stops. And then look, it was red the next day, but it was higher than the close, okay, of the previous day. And look what happened and going forward, okay? This is what we're looking for on these weekly and daily candles that show us, all right, some type of support. But we have to see the next day to actually gather that. Look, from here, the next day was below it, and that's why I continue to dip. Okay, they weren't sure on the next one. All right, dip below until we found that area right here. All right, we're finding that indecision, and we have to wait till the next day until we really see which way it's going. Okay, so these are the types of things that we're looking for in charts. All right, not just the moving averages, but you're looking at the candles on the daily, the weekly, and you're really putting it through. I'm looking over at Crow, and Crow's definitely picking up. All right, here goes Crow. Look at that thing roll. Okay, so I'm trying to find all right, so Crow right here, all right, you had a large red, but then you had this green, and this green would have been super bullish if it was bullish engulfing, which means the green candle would be bigger than the red candle. But you can see it ended up happening on the next one, all right? And now we're pushing up, and we're going to get this to fly up over, and this is going to push up the moving average. You're going to kind of get a little resistance here to push back up. That was a great dip buy. Potentially, it's not guaranteed yet. We still got some things to go, but potentially really good dip buy for a lot of people on Crow a minute ago. It's at 7274. It was at 7434 before it pulled back to there. And oh my gosh, this thing is flying up right now. All right, so I see a couple other people looking for stuff. We got it's close. Dude, Brody, CYBL, it is a set it and forget it stock, man. If it's me, the only thing I'm doing with CYBL is add into the dips. I mean, it's just the support behind that thing is so great. Look at anything that goes there. Yeah, man. I mean, look at anything that comes out, and you have people loving it, liking it, doing through. It's just a no-brainer. 73, by the way, flying up right now on Crow. And sometimes we just need that reassurance. We need somebody to just smack us upside the head and say, Stop being stupid, man. Look at the thing. No, I'm just kidding, Brody. Oh, 731. We're getting huge spikes right now. We're going to get some stuff. But, people need the real talk. They need to be told that everything's going to be all right. And they need to be told when things are going to be shitty and when things are going to turn around. So that's what I'm here to do for everybody, is to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly right now is that we are freaking dropping. The good news is it can't drop forever, because then the world comes to an end, basically. There ain't no way that people are letting the stock market crumble. The stock market's how all the rich folk get more rich. They ain't gonna let it crumble, man. That's how they get all their cheddar. The last financial report did that to me. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, I'm telling you, this is the biggest no-brainer ever when it comes to stocks, in my opinion. You find a good stock, you look at the weekly, and then you say, oh, this thing is just pulling back some. I'm going to wait until I see some type of indication on a candle that shows me a reversal. I ain't buying the dip, all right? I'm buying the start of the reversal trend, so I don't keep buying dip. Dip's delicious, man, but you get full eventually, all right? Wait for that doji, wait for that bullish hammer candle, and then wait for the day after and see what you're getting from an indicator, all right? Is it closing above the closing or below of it the next day? If it's below, you're like, crap, all right? We're hitting the 50 resistance right now, which we thought we should be able to push through on Crow here soon. It's hitting the 25 as well, but looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. We're getting really close to that trend line too. Super exciting. But yeah, I mean, we just got to take a step back and think. Red sucks. All right. Look at the average. If you're seeing a bearish cross, get the F out and just cut your loss. And just, if it drops, just let it drop. Don't worry about it. Wait until you see the consolidation and the reversal. Get back in if you like that stock and just buy, ride it back up. Or take your money, wait for it, and buy the dip when it's, instead of buying the dip, buy the next rip before it happens, all right, on that reversal play. So you guys you got to be patient. I know it's hard. Got to be patient. All right? It's going to come. We've never seen, failure in the market over the years. We see pullbacks, okay? Have you ever seen the market go up and straight down? No, because it's not a pump and dump, all right? We're talking about countries relying on the stock market. They're not going to allow it just to crumble, all right? That's basically anarchy right there. All right, so let me see. I got IFXY. All right. That one's always fun. IFXY. Let's see. Got to take off that. IFXY. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to look at the weekly first, okay? And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to say, oh, ooh, pretty. Dude, this thing's a spitting image. What was it, Pube that was just like that? Let's pull it up. All right, come on. All right, PUGE. Let's hit up the weekly on PUGE. All right. Whoa, that's a little cray-cray. All right. Look at those moving averages on the weekly. All right, for you at all listening in, PUGE is a flat 200 on the weekly. The takeoff was off the 50 and it's running upwards about a 35 degree angle. Then you've got the 21 that's running up 45 beautifully. And then you've got this screaming 8 moving average with a slight little hook down just a little bit, okay? Oh, what do you know? It's basically a spitting image of IFXY on the weekly, all right? Spitting image, other than it didn't take off of the 50, it took off of the 21 and the 8 on the weekly. All right, look at this huge green candle. What did I tell you all about these huge green candles, right? You're going to come back at least probably halfway, if not a little bit more. Look, you're right about there. All right, so this is what I'm talking about right here, though, okay? So, 21, see if it acts as support. 21, see if it acts as support, okay? But this is kind of what we're looking for right here, almost, all right? Well, this is the week, so this is weekly. So we're going to keep an eye on these weeklies. All right. PUGE is a huge red candle for the weekly. It's day 1. All right. All we have to do is bring it up. All right. And then we're getting a higher candle that's showing buy strength. Okay. So if we look at the daily here, all right. Okay. So this wasn't much of a downtrend. It could have caught here, and then there was just a huge sell today. Unfortunate for that. It just broke that resistance. I told you, the selling of PUGE is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But you know what? I'm going to eat it up, and I'm going to make a shiz ton of money off of it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat that right up. All right. They give it to you, you take it. If you have confidence in something like that, you find out where it is, you wait for the reversal, and you take it. And you say, thank you. All right, your loss. All right, so we're going through here. Yeah, I mean, come on. PUGE and IFXY are spitting images on that set. Now, look at the 200 here. 200's actually going up on the daily on IFXY. 45-degree angle, nice on the 50, and we're getting a little downturn with the 21 and the 8. It's just because you've had, how many days of red in IFXY? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 red days in a row. Okay? That takes a beating to the core. All right? We are looking, it's gotta be getting close. Gotta be getting close. Oh, IFXY. There you go. Look at this freaking gap. Goodness gracious, man. Michael Strahan would be jealous with this gap. What are we at here? All right, so let's just go through here. All right, high 6.9, low 8.1. You've got a gap from 0069 on the daily to 8.1. All right, freaking probably gonna fill that. Not gonna lie here, you're already close. You're at 70. Okay, I would not be shocked if we hit 6.9 and just close this sucker, and then you guys consolidated and moved up. That's a massive floating gap. That's a huge shelf. All right, look at this. All right, huge shelf. All right, so I'm gonna make note of that because I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna see for the consolidation and buy. So we're probably gonna cover this up. All right, so come down, cover this up, and then we'll make our way back up, okay? Weekly, we've already talked about that. Weekly's good, but you can't see because of that huge green candle right there, that gap. All right, that's the problem, and that's why you have to look at all these different time frames. All righty, looking through. Yep, 200's over there. Yeah, I bet you guys cover that gap, and then you all kind of consolidate, move yourself up. We're talking a while here. By while, at least a week or two. All right. Maybe like a week this week to cover this up, consolidate, and then come back up. I mean, as long as it's turned around, who the heck cares? 1 week or 2 weeks. So yeah, that's that. Just looking, make sure PUGE didn't have any gaps. As see, why was it somebody who said they had a small gap? Brody said they had it on the hourly. Small gap on the hourly. Nothing like that Michael Strahan gap on the IFXY. I don't see the gap. Is that a gap? What's the close on there? Low was 6.7, high was 6.7. No gap there. I don't see a gap on the hourly, unless it's like a mile back there. It had to been covered. Yeah. If we're thinking that that's the gap, it's not, because Look, it says at the top, right up here, if you read that candle, it says the low is 6.7, okay, and the day before the high was 6.7, so that covers it. So PUGE should be fine. We're just looking for consolidation. I'm not buying this day because you never know. All right, what I'm buying is when we get that indecision candle and then we see the confirmation afterwards. I'm buying that day after that. Okay, I don't care about bottom. I care about securing, not losing any more money off of that. You know, you see the volatility spiking in. You see this thing pumping, pumping, pumping. Love it. Pump that thing up by now. Come on. Push over that 50. CRO is trying to break over this 50 right now. It's getting hit pretty hard. All right. Definitely don't want that thing to fall from there. Okay, so we are looking at, what's our next one? GTLL. GTLL, weekly first. Okay. Okay, so you guys had a huge run. Let's measure that out here. 200's on the bottom. That's a good sign. You got a 9,000% run beginning of last year. Okay, now you guys just been cooling off. Just kind of rolling sideways right now. Very boring chart until 50's going up. So all of this needs is to come up here on the weekly and push that up, and we are good to go on a run here. Daily, here you go. So daily, y'all have the 200 above everything, so it's going to take a little bit. So we need this to come up and above and to push above the 200. So waiting on the daily, that will run into the weekly. So, you know, you're looking several weeks, a couple months. Look at this screaming up here. That's good. That's what you want. Okay. So it takes all of these to work together, and it's coming. Based on what I see here, look, you're getting that green, blue, yellow, purple on all the shorter time frames here, which is beautiful. All right, 15 is good. All right, we're talking 30 is good on GTLL, and now we're talking about being on top of the 200. Now we need the 50 to come on top of the 200 on the hourly. All right, and then we get into the daily, and then it's the daily's turn, and they get it up there. So, you know, let's shoot for 3 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month, for GTLL to get above here. I mean, it probably sooner, 2 weeks or so, depending on what kind of volume you get, what the market's like, and pushing up. So yeah, I mean, this looks pretty good. And then like I said, the weekly's ready to rock and roll. Okay, huge run. Massive spike up, all right, and then to roll. So GTLL looks pretty good to me. Yeah, it's just going to take some time. All right, everybody. As we start to sign off here, let's just take a look at the IWM. Okay, that's that small cap ETF. Okay, we started out green. I know it finished red based on what I saw. But like I said, I'm okay with red this week as long as it's small red. It's some type of bullish hammer candle or a doji or whatever. I think that the 8MA holds its support. 8MA is currently sitting at 231 and 10, and we closed at 23173. So it's right there, and that's for the weekly. So all right, just sit down there, plop down, run back up. It's not going to go green this week. It doesn't make any sense for it to go green on this based on this right here, but we're looking at I just want this thing to sit on the 8 and hold there. And then the next day, or excuse me, the following week, I want this thing to come up and above and give us some type of bullish candle up here. It can be red. It's okay as long as it's higher then the close is down here, then the open over here, the open ended. So we want to see that the next candlestick going upwards. All right, so we just got to give it some time. All right, everybody, that is it for me. This is probably my only show for the week. I am going out of town for family for Thanksgiving. Hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving break, and I will catch you all next week. Oh, Toner's just gotta chill. Toner's just gotta chill, just like everything else over here. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's fine. All right, we're finding the bottom right around, the 21 MA here, and then the daily's gonna be. This will work out all right as soon as it finds its bottom right there. I think the weekly's fine, and then we just need to consolidate up and come up. This is what these are the things that cause the downturn. Look right here. All right. That's where you get your sell off. It's fine though. Look at the weekly. We're going off the weekly with Toner. Anything with a big drops. Look at these huge candles right here. Okay, coming down about halfway. All right, coming down about halfway here. Okay, so they're gonna hit here. All right, this will be our support. This 5-2 right here. Looking for just some type of weekly candle just to chill, and then boom, take off. So let's just calm down, take a deep breath. We all good. All right. All right, everybody. Hope you all have a great weekend. I will catch you all later. Adios.